Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
All praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh.
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai. Ba'ashem, B'kai Kodash. A double honor to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who taught us his truth.
That's right.
And who rule well. Peace and love, salutations and mercy be unto the hopeful elect. Our Yuakim that are hazarding your lives to push his truth, to magnify the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, to speak about, and warn of the second coming of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, who's coming to bring the kingdom, and to prophesy these prophecies into the rest of you believers, Yuakim and few Agwathium, that make up the rest of the hopeful elect that are waiting for these last and final prophecies to happen in the earth, watching them, and waiting for the return of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, watching for his second coming. Peace and love be unto you as well. By now, you should have seen the video or the video clip of Biden, warning that there's going to be food shortages and how it's going to affect, the people that are here within the United States as well as people within European countries, because the sanctions that is imposed on Russia, on wheat, and not only on wheat, the whole fuel, finagle, that as well, and all of this is a part of war, all right, from Esau Edom warring against, his brothers that are within Russia, that are called the Russians. This is a part of his sword, man. And they say that Russia with his wheat is the bread basket of Europe, so they rely, on the wheat of Russia, in order to eat, to have bread, and bread is one of those things that are the chief use of a man's life. When you go into the book of Sirach, matter of fact, can you grab that right now? And as we're driving, doing this in transit, we ran past a rodent that was ran over. I believe it's called a possum. And in the day of famine, guess what? That's going to be a delicacy to, the people that are caught up in the situations that's going on. All right, people are gonna be eating roadkill, man. That's how bad things are gonna happen, But famines is real, and they can happen, and they will happen, and they're gonna happen. All right, you have the situation with inflation. All right, the money that you are used to spending to purchase things. All right, the buying power of that money, which is the dollar, is decreasing. All right, so the buying power is decreasing, which is causing the goods to become more. And it's not because there's something wrong with the goods. There's something wrong with the money. All right, the money is not valuable. All right, so the money is losing its value. And by it losing its value, it costs, or you'll have to spend more of those dollars to purchase goods. All right, you see the price of gas is soaring. All right, right now in Michigan is stuck at somewhere between $4.19 and $4.30. All right, but if we're noticing how these particular things are affecting us, on a small level, how much more so farmers, how do you think that they run those machines that they have? All right, some run off diesel, some run off gasoline. All right, the machines are needed because they need to harvest, all right, crops to fill millions and sometimes up to billions of people. So they need those particular machines. But hey, you can go back to old school. You can use oxes. All right, you can use asses. You can use, particular animals, bulls and things of that nature. All right, with yokes. All right, and that way you wouldn't have to use, gas power machine or diesel machines. But we understand that these people don't have a lick of wisdom. But all of this is through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You got that scripture in Sirach? All right, go ahead.
This is Sirach 39 and 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat.
See? It mentioned flour of wheat. So those are one of the things that are used, that you can use for a man's life. Now, I remember hearing a story about the Great Depression and how certain things, because that depression was going on, you couldn't get access to it. So they figured out ways, to get around. Like if you couldn't get eggs, you would use like peanut butter for a binding agent, and the peanut butter would actually make the bread come out, moist, so you could use peanut butter to bake with, but even within these times, you're not going to have those things. Now, a famine can be induced two kind of ways. All right, it can come through a dearth, it can come through a moraine, which is all of it is through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shemiah Shai anyway. Or it can be something that is imposed or forced to happen by way of one country cutting off the access or stopping the access of another country. So just because there's a famine coming, that doesn't mean that there's no food upon the earth. All right, it just means that there's a scarcity of food, or food isn't coming in. All right, within 70 AD, there was a famine within Israel. And why? Because the Romans, through their military, how can you say it, circumvention? All right, how they circled around the city and they stopped them from being able to go in and out. They cut off their access to the water. They cut off their access to the being able to go out and go in to get food. So eventually, once the food ran out in the city, what did people do? They turned to cannibalism. They turned on each other. So these things are going to happen in this time as well, but there is going to be far worse. Now, can you grab that Mark 13:8? You got Revelation?
Yes.
All right, kind. Because this is all a part of this man's war. But it's Yahweh that has him doing these things in the earth.
Mark 13:8. For nation shall rise against nations, kingdoms against kingdoms, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles, and these are the beginning of sorrows.
See, it says there should be famine and troubles. See, the scripture speaks about the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, see, it's not going to just affect, the wicked of the world. We're still here too. And it may be a day or two, maybe 3 days where you go without being able to eat and drink. But that's going to take you to have the faith and the patience in Yahweh by Shemiah Shai. All right, you got to have that mind that no matter what, that through Yahweh by Shemiah Shai, you're going to overcome anything, man. But that's part of us being tested. That's the reason why it's known as, a moment of temptation or trial. All right, our faith has to be tried as well. And you're going to have individuals that apostatize, and go and sell out to Esau to receive, his MOTB. But that doesn't even guarantee that you're going to be able to eat. That doesn't guarantee that you're going to be able to buy and sell. I was watching the beloved brother from England. I believe his name is Rakah Yaquam Salakia, if I'm mispronouncing your name, Akia. But basically, he was going into how that Esau is he's gonna make promises to you that he's gonna give you food, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's gonna be enough food for him to give you. All right, but with this whole situation surrounding this particular food shortage that's coming, which is ultimately what, to sum it up in one word, it's a famine. Esau is doing this through his sword. All right, first of all, what does the word famine mean when you look it up within the blue letter? The word there is limos. All right, and it says through the idea of destitution. All right, a scarcity of food, a dearth. So what is a scarcity? Can you look that word scarcity up? Because that doesn't mean that it's not food in the earth. All right, you got these rich Edomites that can afford to stock up on a bunch of food. They're stocking up food. But what does it say within the scriptures?
Scarcity.
Can you grab the book of Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter, and I want to say it's maybe the 24th verse. I know it's down at the bottom. Just grab the definition for scarcity.
Yeah. Scarcity a state of being scarce, or a short supply, a shortage, a time of scarcity.
See, a short supply, a shortage. And while they're doing all of this chess playing in the earth and making these decisions, all right, you better believe that the elites somewhere, you know, these rich people somewhere, they got food stocked up. They got it stocked up, but who are they stocking it up for? They're stocking it up for those that trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
What book was that, sir?
Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter, and about the last verse. And grab Revelation 6, Baba Kasha. Okay.
Talking about chapter 36.
No. You're not in the book of Sirach, are you? Go to the book of Ecclesiastes. That's 2nd Chronicles. Kind of.
Okay, you said last book.
Oh, no. Go to chapter 2 and the last verse. Yep.
Okay.
Which should be about, let me see. Right there. Verse 26, Baba Kasha.
For Yahweh give to a man that is good, and his sign
in his sight,
wisdom, and knowledge, and joy.
Yep.
But the sinners he give travail to gather and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good before Yahweh.
Yep. So Yahweh gives to the sinner, he gives to him travail, which is labor, so that he may heap up and gather, so that he may give to him that is good in the sight of Yahweh. So Yahweh is making these rich individuals that can afford it, you know, stock up on goods, so that in the time of trouble, in the time of famine, that the children of Israel that are part of the elect, the remnant, will be able to have something to eat in the time of trouble. All right? But it may be a day or two before you can get to that. So you can't fold in the midst of your stomach, you know, growling, you know, and you not knowing what's getting ready to happen. You got to have faith. All right? And believe that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is not going to leave you or forsake you. All right, you got that other scripture?
We're going to start at
8.
8?
Yep, okay. Just hit the point.
Okay.
6 and 8.
Revelation 6 and 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him. And power was given unto him to take forth, power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with the sword, with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth.
God, so that's what time we're in. The time of the pale horse. All right, see, and people are about to get killed with the sword. All right, they're about to get killed with hunger. All right, why? Because there's going to be wars that are going on, and within these wars, all right, you're going to have supplies that's not able to that's not able to go in and out, just for the simple fact because of that country is locked down. All right, you're going to have other places that's affected, as you're seeing, because nations are putting sanctions on a particular nation. So therefore that nation, you know, is in control of a particular good that the whole world needs, man. So now it's a shortage on that good. And in this case, that's happening with Russia with the wheat. You know, it says in death and with the beasts of the earth, you know, because these animals are going to destroy and kill people too. You know, so this is a time that we're entering into right now. All right, which is a very scary time, man. But it is a time it's a time to lock in and trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, now, when you go into the word for bread within the scriptures, all right, Baba Kashai, grab Ezekiel, the 4th chapter, in verse 16. And if you got a point to make, go ahead and make that point out.
I got it. precept.
Kind of go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes 40:9. Death, bloodshed, strife, and the sword, and calamities, famine, and tribulation, and scourge. All these things are created for the wicked, and for their sake came the flood.
Kind of break it down.
And all these things are coming real soon. And people are walking around like, hey, they living their best life. They thinking that nothing happening. They don't see what's coming down the pipe. But hey, we see it because we got the elder apostles, Great Millstone, warning us for years that this was going to happen. And now we see it is about to manifest. Go ahead, brother.
You got something to what?
Yes, I do. Go in the book of 2nd Ezra right quick, chapter 15 and 17 or 18. Yes. Second book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verses 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread.
And that's timely. That's right on point, and that's a beautiful scripture. And the reason that I say that is because I just mentioned, what is the word? Actually, no, I didn't mention it. I was about to ask a brother to grab Ezekiel. Can you grab Ezekiel 4:16?
Okay.
Because we're gonna go into the word bread. Now, the word bread in the Hebrew is the word lacham. All right, it's the word lacham, and that's why you have the word Bethlehem. All right, Bayath lacham. All right, which is the house of bread. Now the root word of lacham is the word lachama, which means to fight in war. So the time is coming where people are gonna fight and they're gonna war over bread. All right, they're gonna tear each other up. They're gonna invade one another. They're gonna invade each other's houses. All right, just for the simple fact that there's a lack of bread, and even if they catch a whiff or a sin of bread, I when I'm driving for work, I work in a particular neighborhood, and I actually delivered to this house before, and this woman, she makes talk to her about it, and it's an older woman. She made some kind of chicken dish, and I tell you, that dish, you can smell it soon as you approach in her house. You can smell it because the aroma of the herbs and the spices that she used is so heavy and so strong. And I noticed that when I drove about 3 blocks over, that I was still able to smell the scent of that food coming from her house. So if you haven't ate, your senses increase. All right, because your body enhances those abilities so that you can get your ass up and find some food. All right, because your body's telling you, look, you need to find some food so you can eat, so that you can keep going. So how much more so in that time when people haven't ate, their senses are going to increase. All right, they're going to be able to smell food, and if they smell food coming from your house, all right, if they smell a crumb, if they smell a crumb, they're running up in your shit. And if they have to take your life to get it, then they're going to do that because there's something called self-preservation. All right, so the time is coming that individuals are going to drink their water in measure and eat their bread with measure, because there's going to be a scarcity of food. Go ahead, Akia.
This is Ezekiel 4:16. And moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight with care, and they shall drink water by measure with astonishment. And that they may want bread and water, and be astonished one with another, and consume away for their iniquity.
God, that's right. So people are about to be astonished because of what's getting ready to happen. Now, this happened to Jerusalem before, but it's getting ready to happen to the whole world. So with that, there's a famine coming. All right, Biden has already said it. And he said that food shortages are coming and it's about to be real, man. You know, so hey, with that, we truly hope that this lesson was edifying. All praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Mekakodash. A double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who taught us his truth and who rule well. Peace and love, say, taste and mercy be unto the hopeful elect. And Shalom and the Bab Babal.
Bab Babal.
Kwam Bakiyam.
Kwam Bakiyam. Shalom.
Shalom.